And then somewhere in, and you can drink your champagne along the way, and then somewhere in the middle of this, we're gonna have cake and finish up with that. So I get to say what a wonderful wife I have who is wise, caring, smart, and has enduring love, which has enriched my life. So I have two quick vignettes that I want to share, and then we'll go down and let everybody else have their say. So everybody knows Karen is a very caring person, and some of y'all may be aware of this, but she writes letters.
Yes.
All during Lent,
Yes.
but
Raise your
even,
hand if you've
Wait,
got
I thought
one.
that was just my letters. You all get them too?
Raise your
I got
hand.
one.
I got mine.
Yeah.
Raise your
I got
hand.
mine. Amen.
well, some of them have come during Lent, some of them have come during the other times of the years, but I have been impressed and really motivated to think more about what kindness can do because of Karen writing these things. Sometimes she'll write a letter, she doesn't even know somebody has something going on that's an issue, and she'll get a response back from them saying, this came at a really good time.
Awesome.
So that's something that I think is so special about Karen. The other, and y'all know this, but living with Karen is no surprise to you, full of laughter, and if it's not out and out laughter, there is mirth.
Mirth is a good word.
So take this morning, today at breakfast, Karen is reading to herself first, Dear Abby, and she's, oh no, you
What
want
was it, Abby still around?
Dear Abby, this may be her daughter now, John, but at any rate, so she said, you aren't gonna believe this. And I said, okay, well, I did not read it. I said, you read it to us. Of course, Karen's not gonna miss the opportunity to get into character to do this.
Yeah.
So whether or not this poor woman who was writing in with her problem was really a hick, she became a hick. Karen, in full voiceover strength and everything else, reading this story about this woman who has a boyfriend who's almost 20 years her junior. And the boyfriend decided that he wanted to have a younger woman move in with them. And so she's putting up with this. So Karen read all that, and it embellished and added some little mirth to our breakfast.
I want to hear that story.
So,
By the time we get around this table.
Karen, happy birthday, and thank you for your strength, your beauty, and your love that you bring to our family.
Here.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Next on the list in random order is Ann Clark.
Outside for both of us. So I had to go first because I had to tell my two favorite stories. Did you all know that Karen stole a prize cow from the UGA ag school? It was a semi-solo sorority prank gone wrong, tied the poor cow up to a Jeep, and got called in by the campus police. So speaking of campus police, she checked in with them as poor John was checking in for his freshman year at UGA in the dorm. Oh, they remembered her fondly, both Karen and Miss Elsie. So I know you all want to join me in supporting John and his mental health journey. We have a basket outside.
We wondered what you're
We have a basket outside the door if you all would like to make contributions supporting that. Finally, I want to say a dear friend. We could not have had more than Karen. She shares boundless love and joy, and she teaches us how to truly treasure friendship.
Yeah.
Is
having passed this milestone several years ago, happy birthday to the new 40. And I mean that sincerely. You look great, and I feel great. I hope you feel great. And I could not imagine a more wonderful neighbor
Yeah, it's true.
to have been living across the street from for so many years. And I also want to clarify that we moved 5 years ago. And it was not my idea. I wanted to stay, and she made me. She made me leave you.
That's the way it usually is.
But sincerely, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Love you, girl. And your husband's not too bad either.
I don't know if any of you had 3 children. We had 2 at first. Lovely, 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 well-behaved children. They're both lawyers. They never broke the law. They were just... And then I had this idea that I wanted a 3rd child. And God gave us Anna Grace. And she came out twirling and spinning from day one. And the minute that Karen met her, when Karen and Richard and John moved in, Karen was the first person that ever said to us, "Oh my God, I love Anna." Hey, you've got her. But Anna she is still amazing at 33, having gone through so much. Now she is a therapist working with addiction. She's got a heart, but she's so much like Karen. And so when Anna was 16, she didn't drive very well. She drove very fast, and she didn't know where she was going. And she was coming back from swim practice from Dynamo, and I was at the kitchen window, and I saw the car go really fast toward the garage, and I thought, she'll slow down. And she slammed into the garage, never touching the brakes. And so I thought, how do we deal with our Anna? And I walked out calmly, and I said, "I'm so sorry you had a wreck." And she said, "Oh, no." And I said, it's fine. You'll raise the money to fix the car. You'll get all of the estimates. You'll fix our garage. And when it's all fixed, you get your driving back. So she thought, well, this isn't fair. So she ruminated on her day or two. And then the next time she saw Karen out in the yard, she went up and said, "You won't believe what my mom has done. And she's made me being a prostitute." I have to be a prostitute. How else would I make this money? And Karen patted her on the shoulder and said, "It's okay, Anna. Just babysit a lot. You'll make it." Well, here is our 33-year-old who got married in December. They were there. Just nobody, Anna couldn't have gotten married without Karen being there. And Anna got one of Karen's letters this year. And Anna still doesn't understand her religion and her whatever, but she got the letter at our house, and I saw that it was Karen's handwriting, and I said, what did Karen write you about? Was it about John's wedding? And Anna teared up, and she said, she wrote that she loved me.
Wow.
Awesome.
And that's what Karen does. She loves all of us. And she loves all of our children. So thank you.
You're here.
And you make me laugh.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To my wonderful mother, who doesn't like being called mother, because that was her mom, when she was mad at her. You were never very good at math.
Business major.
Sometimes, we would say it doesn't go when we were trying to do a little, napkin math at the table. But I think that's very good, because birthdays you've never gotten older than 60. You somehow stopped aging there. And you know, every year has gone by, and we've changed so much, but so much has stayed the same. And we've always loved each other so much. And you know, sometimes I would joke about trading you in for another fun mom, but as I grew older, I always learned that you were the most fun mom around.
That's right.
And you know, that sense of humor has rubbed off on me over these years. Obviously making everyone laugh with wonderful jokes, some of them dirty. Most of them dirty. But I wouldn't have it any other way. You know, you can't pick your family, but you know, even if I could, I don't think I'd pick anybody else. So I love you so much, and can't wait for the many, many years we have to come. So now it's your turn.
All right, well, I'm already tearing up, so this is gonna be great. So the first time that I met Karen, I was very, very nervous. So I tend to be an anxious person, you know, and it was my first time meeting John's parents, and we had been dating for several months at that point, and I liked him a lot, and so I really wanted it to go well. I knew he cared a lot about his family, and I wanted to impress them, and so I was going over to the house for dinner, and I was so nervous, and he kept telling me, oh, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine. But that didn't make a difference because I was still nervous. And about 3 seconds after I walked into the door, all the nerves were gone because Karen was so warm and welcoming and made me feel like I was right at home with my own family, you know, laughing and sharing stories and just making me feel so comfortable. And the first meeting did go pretty well, I think. And since then, we've had so many experiences together. You know, we've celebrated birthdays and holidays. We've had a wedding, we've had a funeral, we've gone on trips together. We went on a road trip where we listened to lots of Dateline podcast episodes. I've got to hear a lot of different accents, and a really hilarious comedy show. And I remember specifically, my mother recently called me and she was crying because she received a beautiful letter from Karen. And she told me that it meant so much to her that I was joining a family, such a great family where she knew that I would be very loved. And I feel that all the time, and that's something that's really special to me. And you know, I think there's a lot of jokes about Karens, there's a lot of jokes about mother-in-laws, you know, and I feel very grateful that I have this Karen as my future mother-in-law. And I have to say it selfishly, I am mostly very grateful that you have raised such an amazing son, and my and I'm very excited to be married with him. Happy birthday.
Well done.
Yes.
That is true.
Well, Kent and I are very honored to be here because we are probably your youngest friends. Not youngest. Well, we might be.
No.
But she's younger.
Oh, honey.
Okay.
You wish we were her youngest friend. Darn it.
But I do think we've known you the least amount of time than anybody else. And so we're very honored to be here and be part of this intimate group. It's very beautiful to be here. Karen and I met where most, I think, abiding, long-term, deep, meaningful friendships ever start. We met at a bar. And actually, we were literally at a bar. We were at a party, but you know how you just meet somebody and you just click with them immediately? And that's the way we were. It was like instant chemistry. And I was like, and I told Kent when we were driving home, I said, you know, I've got enough friends, but I think this one will be, she'll be like a second tier friend who you can go and laugh with and have fun with, and she'll be that friend. So we immediately made plans to go have lunch, and we sat together and had lunch, and we talked about, I'm gonna cry, deep, intimate, hard things of life. And then was sprinkled with laughter. But I drove out of that encounter with you, honey, and I thought, you know what, thank you. This is gonna be a first dear friend, because it's very few people who you can love in all different layers, and that's the way you were. You're hilarious, but you're also so deep, and I think we were so easy to be transparent with each other, and that's the gift of a true friend. And it's only been 3 years, but I feel like I've known you forever, and I love all your people, and every people you love, I just love, and you are so incredibly special. You make me laugh, but you also make me feel loved, and you introduced me to her, and BSF got me back with that, and I just adore you, and I just look forward to so many years ahead of us being sister friends, and thank you for that, and I'm just so thankful you were born. You were born. I needed you. You're in the inner circle. You're a first year friend. We all need her.
Well, you know what they say, you always get the last word when you're having an argument with your wife. You always get the last word.
Well, you do?
And it's,
Wait.
and it is, yes, dear. That's the last word you get in, is yes, dear. But
I don't even get that in.
oh, I get a lot of yes, dears in. Trust me. But you know, it's and Karen, I've known you as long as you've known Kimberly, but you guys hang out. I see you at the occasional.
Oh, we love you too. I didn't even. I just said that. No, but we love you too.
No, but it's amazing that when you go out together to lunch or wherever you go, she comes back a different person.
Yeah, that's great.
You know, she comes back and says, like, I just love that woman.
That's awesome.
You know, she has a bond, a feel in her heart. Because, you know, you have a lot, like I say, you have a lot of friends. But you have, I don't know, just touched her heart, and it's been amazing. And she truly, I mean, because she talks about you more than anybody else.
That's awesome.
So I don't know what you guys are doing.
We're laughing a lot.
Yeah, laughing a lot, maybe crying a little bit, but whatever it is, it's really special. And I thank you so much for being a great friend for her. That's super awesome.
Love it.
So Karen,
I'm union rate.
you guys have to share. We gotta share. So Karen, we're gonna sing a little song here. We went to Funny Girl and Songs from Funny Girl to sing to you. But Funny Girl songs kind of suck. So, but they were appropriate, you know, to sing with you, but you can't sing see the words. You gotta sing.
Okay, Barbara Streisand.
So we're not gonna sing Songs from Funny Girl, right?
Petula Cox.
But we do love you.
In 1968.
And so we're gonna sing a song to you, to Karen, sung.
Hold on, she needs to read along.
Okay, you gotta ring along, But you can't, don't sing along, that's a good point.
Does anybody need one?
Yeah, I can have the extras. So, do we have extras? Yeah, we have extras. We'll sing together. So, this is a song sung to Karen to the tune of Downtown by Petula Clark.
Where do you
Hey, let me ask you this, if y'all know
Given
this.
in the age
Where
of
is
our group,
Petula Clark
if you don't know
from?
this song, you're
No.
too young.
Everybody knows. Wales, from the UK. So if you want to join us, please, but we're going to sing because of Karen's theater background. We thought it was appropriate to sing a little song from, the theater.
Yeah. Do it. Ready?
When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always call Karen. When you're got worries, all the noise and the hurries, it'll
of course you'll laugh until you cry, and then she'll make a meal for you, and then end up with pie. How can you lose? Her heart is bright, that's gold, even though it's never blue. She'll never get old. We love Karen. You're sure Karen. She's never been to your Karen. We're here to celebrate you. Karen, no finer friend for sure. Karen, she's never been to your Karen. We're here to celebrate you.
That's awesome. That is awesome, man. That is incredible.
That was good.
Oh my God.
Anyway, we love you.
So one story about Karen
Before we
Street.
decided to do the song, my favorite memory of Karen and what I love about her friendship,
Yes.
the energy she has, is that our son had surgery when he was in 2nd grade. And you know when you're going through something and people are like, call me if you need anything. Well, you're never going to. Let me know if I can, do you want a meal? Or anyway, she didn't ask any of those things, never called. She waited for our car. She knew what day we were coming home. Car pulled up in the driveway. Less than an hour later, she's marching up the street with a heavy board in her hand. Walked in the door, excuse me, cleared a place on our counter, put down a chicken dinner, like an entire turkey, Thanksgiving, vegetables, everything.
That's right.
Goodbye, and left. Didn't say, do you need a meal tonight? You can freeze this. She just showed up, and there it was. And I thought,
Then she came back.
and then what?
She went down and came back with like
Came
dessert.
back with the pie. I remember
Came
the
back with the
pie.
pie.
It was a key lime pie with a mound of, yeah. And she was like, okay, now goodbye. And that's what you
That's
do.
Karen.
That's what you do. And I was like, good Lord, we were all starving and exhausted. We probably sat down and ate off the board that night. I mean, it's like, she never asked, she just knew, and she did, and that's how it's always been. It's always been like that.
Yep.
So, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's who she is.
Love you.
In private life. So Jay, Jennifer, you and Kenny will round out the group tonight.
Okay, I'm gonna apologize. I swear it's only 3.5 minutes. No, like, I just talk nonstop and then I'll leave stuff out. So, like, knowing myself, I wanted to be succinct. So anyway, on go my glasses, and here come the words. Karen and I met when I was a reporter, and at that time, all email pitches went to the entire newsroom, and this one was about a lost boy from Sudan named Mading, who was working as a janitor at Lovett, and his only transportation, an old car, had died. It sounded like a good story to me, and I hoped someone would step forward and give this man, who had already endured so much, a car so he could get to his job. Karen had sent that tip, and I met her that day at Lovett and immediately liked her. This is like 18, 19 years ago.
Wow.
She had zero pretense, she was quick to laugh, and it was clear she loved people. She loved Mading, who went to her church, and among the thousands in that church, Karen was the one trying to get him a car, and she did it. Because that is who she is. She gets things done. And I've wondered over the years how she does it, and I think it's simple. It's because she's confident that she can. She knows she can make you care about the things she cares about and get you to do what she needs you to do. She got cases of wine for us for years for a benefit we hosted for a homeless choir at our church. I've lost count of how many times I've been in a pickle or trying to solve something and Karen has the answer. For example, I wrote a post about a former radio host, Steve McCoy, who's very sick with Parkinson's, and his family had fallen on some difficult times. And the response to the post was amazing, and a lot of people gave money, and Steve's wife wanted half the money to go to a nonprofit that would help families paying for care. And I couldn't find it, and I'm good at finding stuff. And one day Karen called me and told me that the Atlanta Neuroscience Foundation wanted to help Steve McCoy. And I told her, he's good, I'm actually trying to find a place to put all this money. And she told me, well, they do that too, so there you go. And it was done, and she fixed it per usual. Karen has been a huge mentor to our son, who is going to college this year, and he was very confused about places, and Karen took him for a 3-hour lunch at Goldberg's, and then she called me and said, don't be mad at me. That's where my bad impression of him went. She convinced our son to apply to Alabama and Ole Miss, despite him saying he had zero desire. His heart was set on Auburn, and she told us he needed a backup, and she was right. He is going to Ole Miss because she convinced him to give it a try. Karen would bring us dinner like once a year for no reason, like you guys. She knew we worked a lot and we were raising our kids, so she would show up with a gorgeous roasted chicken and all the sides and dessert, key lime pie. Because she knew we would appreciate it. It was such a gift. Karen knows everyone, and if she doesn't know a certain someone, she probably knows everyone who knows them. Karen does the best impressions of her beloved mother-in-law, who is now passed, and of various Buckhead people who deserve it.
Come on.
Karen is a huge encourager, and she's always celebrating and supporting anything any of us do. And another thing, if I don't talk to her for a while and then I call her, I can hear the delight in her voice, not the where the heck have you been for 2 months. Karen is a helper, a doer. She is brave. She's a performer, an actress, a stand-up comedian in New York City.
That's right.
She wants the challenge of winning an audience over, a terrifying proposition for most human beings. The woman has not met a stage or an audience she doesn't love and who doesn't love her back. She is a laugher. She is blunt. She is baldy. She has these dancing eyes that suggest she might be ready at any second to go make some trouble or fun with you. She is authentic. She is selfless. She loves us even when we don't deserve it. Any of us in this room who've been lucky enough to receive one of Karen's letters about why we are special and why she and God loves us knows this. She loves people. She loves helping them, and she really just loves loving them. And she is so good at it. God's light shines through Karen. She loves her boys, Richard and John, so much. And every talk with her about John and Cecilia getting married is pure joy. No angst, no worry, just joy. Because Karen does not sweat the small stuff because she knows it doesn't matter. She wants the best for everyone. She knows life can be hard, but that it's also beautiful and far too short. She has enriched the lives of me and my entire family, and I'm sure everyone at this table. The world is so much better because she is in it. And I'm so grateful to God that Karen gets in everyone's business and wants to help. Otherwise, we never would have met. I love you.
That's awesome. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Cheers.
All right, now.
Everybody at this table means so much to me, and you know, it's just like I really thought, who did I want tonight? And there's so many walks of life and people that all of y'all have meant just so much to me, and I wish I could tell you each and every one, and I hope I have. But when you get to my age and you think, gosh, I've lived this beautiful life, and the people that have been in it with me, that's what makes it. That's what makes my life. And I think about every single one of y'all and how important you are to me. And it's just, I never want to lose it. I never want to take it for granted, because friends are so important, and I know that so very much. And I thank you all for being here tonight. And I love you just all so much. You have no idea. Thank you for being in my life, and thank you for being here.
And here's to the next 70 years.
Yes. I don't know about that.
Happy birthday